Hey everyone, Josh here from Fresh Start Customs, and today I'm going to be showing you guys a quick tutorial on how to make kid puzzle name signs. These seem to be pretty popular, and there's always a question about how you make the puzzle signs with the circle, like the half circle cutouts on each letter there. So I'm going to show you a quick, easy way that you can make your own using your own font, and I'm going to give you guys a free file on our Facebook free files group, which can be found on here. Um, so I'm going to go ahead and show you guys this in just a second, and I'll explain how you can find that free file and make it super easy as well. So I'm going to show you one letter here, and then you can do the rest for your own if you're going to be using your own font. And then I'm going to show you the quick, easy way here that I've got pre-set up for you. So first off, you're going to click your text tool, and then you're going to select it over here, and you're going to type out your text. So I'm going to be using my nephew's name, Lucas. I'm just going to put the letter L here to show you guys this first one. So now that I have the letter L typed out, you're going to go up to type, and you're going to click create outlines to change that text into a vector format here. Now that you have it in this format, you can go ahead and just create the red outline for the cut and the no fill for the engrave, because you're going to paint this letter in the end result. And now what we're going to do is select your ellipse tool here to create a circle. You can either click once, type in the exact circle size you want, and then click OK, and it'll create a circle. Or you can just click and hold and drag and hold shift, and it'll create a circle for you. So I'm going to go right about that size, just for the purpose of showing you guys what I'm talking about here. I think I went a little too big with that because I don't want it touching the outer line here. So I'm going to make it a little bit smaller. And let me zoom in here so you guys can see this a little bit better. So I created this circle just by holding shift and then selecting. And then you want to make sure that circle doesn't touch your outer edge over here, because what we're going to do is we're going to highlight everything. And then you're going to go to Pathfinder. If you don't have Pathfinder up here, you'll just click Window and then click on Pathfinder, and that'll open in a separate window for you. So after you have it highlighted, you're going to click on Pathfinder, and then we're going to go to the Divide tool. Now the Divide tool likes to do whatever it wants to do, so I'm going to show you what I mean by that. So we're going to click Divide. It looks like nothing happened, but it did. What it did is it divided all of these pieces into individual pieces. And I'll show you that. So with my actual selection tool, I'm going to double click right here to show you what I mean. So I double clicked, I have this selected, just this one little area, and I'm going to pull this apart so you can see what I'm talking about. See, the divide tool tries to divide all these pieces into individual pieces, even if they overlap each other like this one did. So obviously we don't need this piece. We're going to hit delete. And if you would try to do that double click again here, you see how it's all one piece here. But obviously we don't need this curve. So what we're going to do is we're going to click this direct selection tool. And with that selected, you're going to select just this node right here. And then you're going to hit the delete button. And as you can see, that deleted that entire round circle. And let me go ahead and undo that just in case you're not perfectly on a round node like that. So, for example, if you click right here, you're selecting just this little path right here, and if you click delete, it's going to delete just that section. So then you'll want to click this node, and then click delete again, and you're getting the same effect. And we want this cut line to be right here too. So just the same example, you know how I pulled this section that was over here off, and it was duplicated on top of each other? It is possible that the divide tool could duplicate this one on top of each other too, which I don't think it did it in this case, but if it did, then what we want to do is we want to get rid of that duplication, and you could either double click like I did and then move it off to the side, but obviously you see this isn't duplicated. So I'm going to undo that. I was just showing you an example. But let's say that is duplicated. You could either manually delete it like that, but what I like to do, just so you know there isn't any duplications anywhere, because like I said, the divide tool has a mind of its own, it seems like. Just highlight everything, go back to Pathfinder, and then choose outline. What outline does is if you have pathways exactly on top of each other like you would have before, it's gonna merge all of those lines into one actual path. And then you can just come back up here, click your red cutout or whatever color you use for your cutout, and now you know it's all one pathway, so it's going to cut one time. And I know what you're thinking. You're like, why are we keeping this line right through here? The reason why we're doing that is to minimize waste of your material, because obviously you're going to want just the letter L, and then you're going to want your thumbprint here after you cut out the letter. So what this will do is it'll cut out the letter and the thumbprint, and then the board that's going to be on top is going to be used as your main board. And then you're going to have the letter cut out too, which you won't have to have a separate letter, and I'll show you what I mean in just a second here. So let me go ahead and zoom out. That was basically how you create it. You do that for every single letter, and then you'll create your border around it, which I'll show you in a second. And then you're done with your own font and everything. If you're okay with this font, I went ahead and I created a file with the entire alphabet here, all pre-done, and you can size it up to whatever size you want. That's just going to make the thumbprint here bigger or smaller depending on how big or small you make it. So I'm going to make this for my nephew Lucas, like I said. So I'm going to just highlight and hold shift on all of these at once for the letters that I need. And then I'm going to just drag that over to my other file here. So there we go. I'm going to delete the one that we just created because I'm not going to use that just in case there's anything different. And now that we have this, I can go ahead and align this however I want now with all these letters here. And you can go ahead and align this any way that you want. Obviously, it may not be perfect because you have the circles in the way here. So obviously what you would normally do is highlight this, go to the align tool. So just like Pathfinder, if you don't have that, go up to Window, click Align, and then it'll open. Usually what you would do is you click the Align tool, you'd align it this way, and then you would align it right here this way, where they're evenly distributed. But you see, since they have the circles in here, it's not quite spaced out right, so you can kind of manually drag that wherever you want, just so it looks good to you. And I'm going to go a little bit more this way. There we go. And then I'm going to suck this L in a little bit more. And like I said, this is just to make it as quick and easy possible for you guys. And then I'm going to just straighten that out again. There we go. So that is exactly what I need there. So let's go ahead and take a shot at size-wise. What we're going to do is we're going to click the rectangle tool here. And I'm going to go ahead and type in the width as 8 inches for now. Whoops. 8 inches there. It'll let me do this. There we go. 8 inches. And then for the height, I'm going to go 2.5. Whoops. Keeps forgetting that I don't have my number lock on here. 2.5 inches. And I'm going to make mine obviously pretty small here. So now that I have that selected, I'm going to just bring this up. And I'm going to just manually do this, but you can create whatever exact size that you want. I'm just doing this for an example here. So we'll go right there, and we're going to shrink this down because I want to make this pretty small with some leftovers that I have. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight all of these letters. Make sure you don't have the outside highlighted. And I'm going to go ahead and just group those letters. That way I can use the Align tool and align them properly and make sure they're centered. So I pretty much guessed that pretty perfectly there. But now that we have that centered, we have all of our top layer done here. I'm going to go ahead and select the rectangle, and I'm going to give this a little bit of a curved edge. That way it doesn't have sharp corners. And I'm going to bring that down to, let's say, 2.5 inch curve here. So now that we have the nice curved edge, no sharp corners at all, we have all of our letters made. We're going to select this outside again. We're going to hit Control C and then Control V to paste, or Command C and Command V on a Mac. And then when you have that selected, you'll have this is going to be your bottom layer now, this rectangle here. And then this rectangle and letters are going to be your top. And I'm going to go ahead and just group these two together too. That way, if I move it, it doesn't accidentally get moved. You see how it all moves now together. So I'm going to go ahead and put that back. So there we go. So that's it. That's our entire file. I'm going to go ahead and print this off and then show you guys what it looks like. And if you want this file here with all of the letters, so you can just drag and drop and copy and paste, make it super easy. Like I said, you can go to our free Facebook group here. It'll probably say like alphabet puzzle or puzzle letters. Most likely it'll be one of those two. Haven't named it yet. And then it'll look just like this format here, and then it'll say like puzzle letters here.ai, and you'll download. And that'll download for an Adobe Illustrator format. If you don't have Adobe Illustrator, you'll have to convert it into an SVG, and I've done that in a previous video to show you how to do that. But a real quick review on that. If you scroll up to the top post under announcements, right there is the converter to convert that over. And then if you guys like these types of videos and you want to support the page, think about going over to our Etsy shop, purchasing all these pre-made designs that we made for the laser, and you can go ahead and purchase anything that you want there. That helps support our channel, our page, our YouTube, and helps make videos just like this. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me go ahead and print this sign off right here. I'll explain how this works now for the cutouts, because I know you're probably wondering still with these letters being cut out like that, how that's going to save the space. So let's go ahead, print this off. I'll show you guys that at the end of the video, explain how it works, and then we'll go from there. All right, you guys, so there you go. This is the kids puzzle name sign here. I got it all printed out. I used these acrylic markers to paint it really quick because that's what I had on hand with multiple colors. Otherwise, I would have probably used spray paint, would have been a lot faster. But as you can see, the reason why I had that line right there, you can see that cut right off of those letters. There was zero material waste because those letters just came right out of here, and then these pieces just fell right out of here. So obviously, these little pieces here, you can just throw those away. You won't need those. And then you just glue this right on top of this like that. And then once you have it glued in place, you can actually pop your letters in there, just like that. And there'll be a little bit of a loose kerf line there. And you can actually pull them back out that way. So you won't have any material waste at all. You'll have them right there. You've got your little finger holes, like I said in the video. You just pull them out like that. Obviously, the bigger you make these letters, the bigger that hole is going to be with the free file that I have. But that's pretty much it, you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. That is the entire sign project there. And one last thing I do want to add on to the end here is, if you plan on selling these, look up your laws on selling these for kids. You will have to probably spray these with some kind of sealer like shellac, because you have to make sure that the kids are safe. There's also choking hazards. So I try to stay away from selling kids stuff, like physical items. Like I know I've got like files for it, but you got to look up your laws on those. So be careful when you sell kids items. I just wanted to throw that out at the end of the video here too. If you guys enjoy these types of videos, like and subscribe to the channel. I thank you guys for all of your support that you've given me so far. And we'll continue to make cool videos like this. So we'll catch you guys next time, and we'll see you then.